I'm Amber with Growing Sprouts Photography, and today I'm going to share with you why I do what I do. So growing up, my mom took tons of pictures of us. We went to JCPenney's, and I know everybody did. We did the star shots. All of those, we would take tons of pictures. So my mom has these big, huge boxes of pictures just stacked up and just lots and lots of pictures. And so it was actually really funny when my husband and I first met. There was a fire, and that was the first thing that my mom told my dad to get. She was on a convention, at a convention with my sister, and she told my dad, make sure to grab the boxes with the pictures, all the boxes with all the pictures, because she has photo albums and she has, all the loose prints from JCPenney's and everything. And my husband and I, now husband, we were going on our first date, and my dad called me back and said, hey, can you come help? We have there's a spray of fires behind. And so he came, and no boys were ever allowed upstairs, but this time it was okay for him. And my dad, remember at our wedding, he told this story that he remembers him bounding up the stairs and grabbing the pictures and bringing them down and grabbing something else and bringing it down. And so he called him Superman. My dad lives to regret that, but so be it. But that was what was so important to my mom, was all those pictures that she had from when we were a little baby and everything. And so, yeah, that is why, my mom loves pictures. And so we grew up with loving pictures. And so that's why, I kind of have this like, okay, we need pictures of our childhood. We need to make sure, but these days everything's on the phone and everything. And even with her, she went to JCPenney's and all of these places, and all of these pictures are stuck in a bin. Growing up, we had some pictures on the walls, but not a lot. Though the one person she did give all of our pictures to, all of our special, pictures to, was my grandma. And every single time, grandma found a frame and it went up on the wall. And so growing up, we would go into and run into grandma's house. And one of the first things that we would do is we would look at all the pictures on our walls. We'd be like, okay, I have this one and this one and this one. I have 5 pictures. I have 5 pictures on the wall. And, my sister would have her pictures on the wall. And even now, today, I'll go in there and say, oh, look, I have, yeah. So we would have our, we go into our grandma's house and we just see our family history, like with our cousins and, everybody growing up. And we'd have pictures of my mom. She had pictures of my mom when she's a child, a baby, and then growing up. And then even we had family pictures that we took when I was like 3, and it had grandma and everybody in it. So it was like a family gallery of our family history all over the walls. And so, these days she has taken some down, but she still has pictures of at least one of us. Every single one of us has at least one picture on the wall. And now the great-grandchildren start having pictures on the wall. So it's really nice to be able to go to her house and see all of that family history. And so, this is why I do what I do. I want to create that for families. I want families to be able to see that and go to grandma's house or go to their mom's house or be at home and have that family history on their wall, that unique family story that everybody gets to see. And even the kids, they get to see that every single day, that this is their story. This mom and dad care enough to put their pictures on the wall to show their history and give them confidence, knowing that their parents care about them and that they love them, and that they, not that they don't love them, but if they don't put pictures up, but it's like a show of, hey, it's a reminder without saying words for kids, that they know that their parents love them enough to be able to put pictures up and be able to put pictures up on their wall. So that's why I do what I do. That's why I don't do digital images. That's why I make sure that families get those pictures up on the walls and the canvases and the books and the albums, and that they're not just stuck in a drawer in a USB drive or a CD, or nobody does CDs anymore, but a USB drive or stuck on the computer. I know a lot of what I used to do is I used to send it off to families, and then they're just stuck. They're just there. And then the computer breaks down or it's something, and they lose all of those pictures. They lose all of that history. And I've done it myself. I lost a hard drive, and fortunately I had a couple of the pictures printed, but I lost a hard drive, and it just crashed on me and it was gone. A lot of, I think it was some of Kenzie's pictures, which is really sad. So, but yeah, but they're printed. So, and I have the couple, I have pictures saved in multiple places, which is a very good thing to do. But yeah, so that is why I do what I do. And I hope that you guys can come into the studio and see that and be able to just let me capture your family history and put it on your wall. So I'm Amber with Growing Sprouts Photography, and I'm passionate about what I do. Bye, guys.